Hey guys, it's Tunable here. Usually I make a weekly update video, week or every 2 weeks, but since I'm on Christmas break, there's been a lot of changes recently, and I hope to shed some light on some of those. There's been some confusion going around the community, proliferating throughout, and I want to clear it up. And, just in general, go over the basic feature changes. So, one very demanded feature, that has been added is if you have your base access set to everyone, and say you have some random guy in here, and you set it to nobody and they're not allowed anymore, they get kicked out. So that's a pretty basic feature. Probably should have been added from the start, but it's there if you need it. It will prevent lots of abuse, I know, with PvP and such. So that's good. The next feature added, which is just added today actually, is a prestige animation. So pretty much how this works, I just gave myself some mock cash here. And pretty much how this works is you prestige, except now we've got ourselves a nice little area, and we unbox it. I'm lucky, so I got a festive processor. There you go. This is a demanded feature in my Discord and such. So yeah, got it done today. That's one thing too. Like, my Discord is a very, very great place to suggest feature ideas because I read that directly. So if you have a feature idea, you think it's a great idea, suggestion, shoot it there. That's probably the most guaranteed way I'll read it is in the Discord. I'm always on my Discord, and it has notifications and such, so I can read stuff. So another thing that we've got here is a crate GUI. So as you guys know, there used to be like a kind of outdated GUI here, which didn't really tell you much. It's kind of like a daily reward sort of thing. Here, we got our 5 types of crates here. We've got white, which is a daily reward crate for I believe the first 4 days. And then we have our yellow crate, which is the daily reward for the 5th day. This was for the 6th day. This is for the 7th day. And we've got the red, which is the PvP awarded one. So how this works now is whenever you're awarded a crate, say for killing 100 people, joining the game and all, it'll just tell you right here, and this thing will be highlighted a certain color if you have that type of crate. So you spawn your crate in here now, guys. These do save, but if you spawn your crate, you can either spawn at your base or on top of yourself. So that looks pretty funny. Then yeah, so these do not save right here, okay? Just know that these crates inside of here that are like your little crate inventory, these save. These do not. Alright. And if for whatever reason its touch is bugged and it won't let you pick it up, by touching it, just click on it. That's kind of a hidden feature that people don't know about. So yeah, there's that. Another thing, yeah, you've probably noticed by now, it's not too big of a deal, but there's badges. I believe the current badges are for certain prestige levels. I don't know them off the top of my head, and certain kill achievements. And there's one for completing the lava parkour. So yeah, that's an interesting touch to the game. A lot of people wanted to see that. It's a great way to log user progress and such. Another change we've got here is leaderboards. So this makes the game a lot more competitive, I suppose. We can see here everybody who's been playing, all their Tunium accounts, the top 100 people. Oh, Breeze is actually there. That's interesting. So yeah, we've got top 100 people Tunium, top prestige players. So we can see 123 Roblox Builder. He's just dominating here. We can see the top 100 here as well. And the top deadliest players, so the players with the most kills. Dragon Slayer M2 has a huge lead here. That should be interesting to see how that develops. So yeah, there's leaderboards. It's a pretty cool thing, so you can see everything. It updates per server, like on server start. So yeah, if the numbers are a bit inaccurate, out of date, don't worry about it. It's supposed to be like that. So next feature I'm going to talk about, this is really minor, okay? Just a nice touch. Boom. There you go. Teleport, So yeah, that's that's that. Not a big deal, obviously. And so I guess let's go back to our base, because we've got more features to discuss there. We've got a lot of scattered features to discuss. This is very unorganized. So pretty much what this is we have our setup. This cash per second GUI actually averages the amount of money you're making through a certain time span to determine your cash per second. So it's not a very accurate indicator of like exact values. So if you want to see what exactly you're making per ore with the furnace multiplier taken into account, here you go. This label now is displayed. So that's useful. If it's getting too laggy, just put your quality on none, and it'll just stick there. So there you go. That was actually in here a few months ago, but due to performance costs and such, and it wasn't like compatibility problems, it was removed. I added it back, and it should work a lot better than it used to, so that's a good thing. Another thing I want to talk about is some item reskins. This is the Red Cheronia mine, okay. Obviously it looks a bit different from how it used to. We've got a bunch of reskins in here. I'm really trying to refine the quality of the game. So yeah, some of the items are getting swapped out and all. Don't be surprised if one of your items just randomly becomes a new item. It might have the same name, might be a completely different name. It's fine, don't worry about it. Sometimes that happens. It's kind of like the life cycle in this game. Sometimes items are just too outdated to be saved. We're better off just deleting them and replacing people's items with an item with the same stats. So don't worry about it. It's supposed to be happening. So yeah, there's that. Another thing, this thing right here, this prestige stat, pretty much controls whether or not you can see all of those people, like X user has prestige to X, prestige. So toggle this and you can see that. Turn it off and it works now. So it never worked before. It actually works now. So I suppose you'll be happy about that. So another thing, VIP sword, self-explanatory, does a bit more damage than basic sword. Users already have elevated health here, so it's not too... So it's actually, a pretty big advantage. I know with basic sword, before I increased the health, it was like one swipe and people were dead. Now, you're going to have to try a bit harder. VIP gets their own nice little sword. So that's a great improvement, I'd say. Another feature I'm going to talk about is prestige requirement and kill requirement. Okay, because there's some confusion about what each of these mean, what they do. Alright. Okay, so it says requires 10 kills. That does not mean that you're going to get a Christmas spirit if you get 10 kills, okay? Like, work with me on this. Say here, we got this and this. What this means is that you can only place this when you have 10 kills. That does not mean you will get the item at 10 kills, okay? So we just need to clear that up. It's the same thing as prestige limit. It requires prestige 100. That does not mean you get it at prestige 100. That's just the prestige you need to be able to use it. So yeah, gonna have to do some disambiguation here. That's what that means. Sorry for the confusion I caused. I'll be a bit more specific. Maybe when I make the tutorial, I'll clear that up, So yeah, that's clear that up, That's pretty much it for today. There's actually one other feature which is kind of in the works so far. Let me know what you think about that. These have actually, like, some decor and such has a property called grounded to it. And essentially what that does is whenever you prestige, it keeps the item here. So it keeps it placed on your base. It wouldn't normally get cleared from your inventory because it's too high of a tier. So it's not gonna, like, if there's not going to be any items, these are all collectibles and such, but pretty much where I'm heading towards is people who can customize their base and prestige without having to replace all the items. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing I want to go over is, I believe the day after the Christmas update, we had a case involving moderation abuse where some user wreaked havoc on the market. I think our admins got everything cleaned up. I just want to apologize to the weird prices and such. There was just a lot of weird bugginess going on that day, and it was made worse by, moderation abuse. The problem has been sorted out. It won't happen again, I promise you that. So that's really all I want to cover this video. I've been very busy working on this game, so yeah, don't expect on weekdays when it's not Christmas break for features to be released this quick. But let me know what you think of everything in the comments below. Please, please, please try to get me to 500 followers. Dank leaks, I got something right here. So yeah, I actually do have something waiting. People are saying, like, he's lying, he doesn't have a code. I do have a code. Okay, it's ready. It is ready for 500 followers. So yeah, sorry for the long video, but there's been a lot of changes recently. See ya.